This show is for entertainment purposes only. Do not mistake this show for medical advice. If you or anyone you know is in need of a dentist, please contact 480-391-0099 to set up an appointment.
Welcome to our podcast. Sit back and relax. Dental Works Podcast. We're gonna share some facts. We gonna raise your dental IQ at the Dental Works Podcast. We will guide you. Put out some bad jokes before we are through. Free information here just for you. Sit back and have a good time.
Today is March 15th, 2023, and this is episode number 114 of the Dental Works Podcast, the show about learning the ins and outs of dentistry from a patient's perspective. I am Ted Work, and that over there is Dr. Terry Work.
Peace.
Dental Works is a family dental practice based in Scottsdale, Arizona that has been providing cosmetic and surgical dentistry for over 25 years. We've got a table today. That's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a guest.
What?
But we have a table, so I want people to know we have a table.
Is it not in the frame?
It's not in the frame, but I
Wait.
just want you to know
Yes, we
that
have a
we
table.
have a table. So things are, you know what? Things are looking up around here.
It's getting real. Shit's getting real.
We're getting things
We're going to
going.
the two-camera system.
Two-camera system. I'm gonna we'll use the two-camera system for like look-away shots. I want to do that. But today we have a guest, and that guest is one Brandon Cerpa. So thank you for joining us, Brandon. How are you doing today?
I'm good. First of all, I want to say the table selection, immaculate. You guys did such a good job choosing the table. Cloth is great. So just
Good job, Terry.
that
was
really
all
good job.
Terry.
That was on me.
Yeah, it was all Terry. I did all the cameras. Terry was in charge of the table.
Well, I help with the cameras.
So,
that's good.
yeah.
That's
Anyway,
good.
we have our guest, Brandon Cerpa. Today we're going to be talking about Brandon Cerpa's business. He is a fellow member of BNI with Dr. Terry and his group. And we're going to be kind of talking about all sorts of marketing tips and tricks and all sorts of other things. So I'm going to hand it over to Terry.
Well,
Say some words before Brandon.
some words. Well, one of the
some
things a
words.
lot of people don't think about, yes, we provide a form of healthcare, but also we're a small business. And so it's so important to run our business in a way that's profitable enough to stay in business. Most people are like, well, I mean, you take care of patients, but, you can't be all about money and you can't, well, dude, we got to keep the doors open. And so you have to be smart about your business practices.
Yeah.
And that's not something that they talk about in dental school at all.
When you think of profitability, first thing you think of is podcast.
Yeah, clearly.
It's the first thing you think of.
Yes,
So
no.
we have a podcast. So
We're thinking about, original content is what you think of when you think of a podcast.
Well, sure.
But again, so what we're going to be talking about on the podcast is going to be probably a two-parter here. We're going to be talking about Brandon's business. First of all, we're going to talk about how it relates to marketing other businesses. But our relationship started because we're in the same BNI group. And basically, relationships flow out of that. If you can't, you can be a great dentist and be a crappy business person and run your practice into the ground or make bad business decisions and you never get a chance to practice your craft. So important to be up to snuff on marketing and how to run a business.
Yeah, so let's throw it over to Brandon, kind of talk about his own business and his relationship with BNI and kind of how your guys' relationship kind of started.
Yeah. So first off, I want to say, Terry, you're right on the dot right there. chiropractors, lawyers, any of those professions right there that take a lot of schooling. They teach you guys how to be great in your practice, but they never teach you, hey, after this degree, you're going to actually need to know how to run a business, right? And that's kind of where Rapping Media Co. started. So a little background about myself. I'm from Oregon. Go Ducks. So from Oregon, grew up in Eugene. After 20
have to cut between that, so try not to do too many hand signals.
Hand signals.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
We're not in
Go
a
ahead,
gang,
man.
Terry. We're not
Right?
in a gang. We can't
Yeah.
do this. Yeah. But yeah, basically, just after 20 years in Eugene, got sick of the rain. Nothing's wrong with Oregon. It's, for my mental health. For everyone that doesn't know anything about Oregon, it's cloudy like 70% of the time. Terry, you can back me
Oh
up.
my God. I can't believe that the suicide rate is not 100%. No, it's, I've read studies. They say the suicide rate's not any higher in Seattle or Portland or any of those places. Dude, that's because the people that get depressed from the weather move out.
Yep.
So they don't.
I thought you were going to
Yeah.
say they kill themselves.
No, but they don't. Well, I don't know. Some might, maybe not for that reason.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brandon.
So anyway.
Ted interrupted you, but go ahead. And
But
talk
yeah,
about your
it's
business.
very gloomy over there. So, when I was at Dutch Bros at the time, slinging beans, as they say, and I moved to Dutch Bros over there. Realized, you know what? Coffee isn't really in my forte. A lot of the issues was I would wake up at 4 a.m. every day, go open up a shop, stay there till 12, and then come back and just be focused on work. And although I was the manager, it was fun. Really I saw the stats and I made that my stand $40,000 one week, and the next week $36,000.
Yeah.
And I was making $9.40 in Utah, right? So the minimum wage at the time in Utah was $7.25. If you're a manager or assistant manager, you make 40 or 20% above minimum wage, right? So I actually took a pay cut when I moved from Oregon, because in Oregon they have higher minimum wages.
Sure.
But basically, it made me take a step back in life and okay, what do I want to do with my life? So I was really looking for a side hustle. So me and my friend Caleb, we go out to eat sushi at a really dollar sushi restaurant in Utah. The sushi sucked, but it was it was cheap sushi.
Gas
Utah
station
sushi is
gas
not good?
station sushi. How
Yeah.
could possibly be the problem?
Guys, got Fry's sushi was better than this place. All right, it wasn't the best, but it was close by my house. It was $1, and it was just a good spot to hang out. And the drinks were cheap, so the drinks made the sushi taste good. I'll just say that.
There you go. That'll happen. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We're sitting there, and I'm just dude, I really want to make money. How can I work at Dutch Bros and make money? I'm working 60 hours, 50 hours a week here, and I just can't even pay my bills, right?
Yeah.
And the first thing he says, well, let's start a video company. And I'm like, dude, I don't know how to make videos. I don't know anything about the video industry. I have my iPhone, but other than that, what else can I do? And he's like, no, Brandon, you talk to people. You're such a good person. You love talking to everyone. You talk to people, and I'll do the fulfillment. I'm like, all right, let's do that. So
Match made in heaven right there.
we just instantly, my wife comes back. She's like, oh no, here comes Brandon, another business. Because we've started 4 businesses before that.
Yeah.
Podcast was one of them. So I condemn you for keeping this up, guys. It's not easy, right? We were 15 minutes in, and we're like, this isn't going to work.
Well, at least you gave it a try.
Yeah, we gave it a try. Sure. The other one was a online resale business where we wanted to sell wireless mics. Couldn't even set up a shop on Shopify. We didn't know how to do any of that.
Yeah.
And I think the other business was a dog walking business off of Rover, basically, right?
Sure.
So I'm just these all suck, man. So video business kicks in. I'm doing my rounds. I'm literally doing my rounds, little business malls, just knocking on doors. Worst pitch ever. Hey, we just moved out here from Oregon. We started our video company. We want to hook you guys up with a video. We'll do a video for you guys. If you guys like it, you guys, it's $800. You want to do it? And they're like, yeah, whatever. Here's our business card. And then give us your business card. And that basically means I'm going to take this to be nice, but I'm not going to reach out, right? That's,
Sure.
and I'm soliciting business owners when they're
Sure.
busy. One guy even told me, he's I do word of mouth. I don't need that, right? Which now if someone tells me they do word of mouth, I have a completely different comeback from that.
Yeah.
Now, right? But back then I was like, oh gosh. So it was literally the 99 no's and 1 yes, right? So
Yeah.
hard day, second day, no sales, knocking doors. We sit down in this taco restaurant. Dude's amazing. Have you guys ever had blue corn, red corn tortillas? You guys travel a lot, so maybe you have, but
I've had them before.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, right. No, yeah.
okay, they're not common in Utah.
Sure.
For people that don't know, Utah's very whitewashed. Not a lot of
What?
Yeah, right.
What? I hear there's lots of Mormons there.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Mormons there. Sundays for the non-Mormon people was like awesome. Like no one's out in the road. We can wreak havoc.
It's like the purge.
No, for real.
Nice.
So
Nice.
the good thing about being a manager is I'd put myself in the morning, right? So I'd work, from like 5 a.m. when the shop opened to 11 when it closed, or sorry, 11 when like my shift was over. 10 a.m. is when it started getting busy. That's when all the church folks started coming and getting their caffeine.
Getting their sodies.
They're getting sodas. Bro, people, they say they don't drink coffee. Like at church, they don't drink coffee. But at the line, they're sinning. They're drinking coffee.
They're playing cards and
Yeah.
drinking coffee. So, and a lot of, I don't know, some
Playing
people may not
cards.
know. Some people may not know Dutch Brothers was like, the two owners
Yep.
were from Grants Pass,
Pass.
Oregon, which
Yeah.
is where I was
Been
born
to
and
the
raised.
original.
They just tore down Josephine General Hospital where I was born.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They'll do that.
But
Sorry to hear
anyway,
that.
so we had that. We started talking about. We did a 1-to-1, and we were talking about. I mentioned Grants Pass. He's like, "What?" And that's
Yeah.
how we. But continue on.
You know the
Yeah.
caveman?
The caveman.
the caveman.
Go cavemen. Yeah, they beat us bad in football. Anyways, I went to Willamette, so
Yeah.
But anyways, I sit there. I'm like, bro, no one knows about these tortillas, and this man's just sitting here with 20 people in his restaurant daily. Like it's empty, like ghost town in there. So we asked him. He was one of the first people we asked for a commercial. Problem is, I did it in English. He spoke Spanish, so I went behind. So if you go to this restaurant, when you go to the bathroom, you can see the back end of where they're making the tortillas and everything. So he's just sitting there making the tortillas, everything. I like I don't give a shit. I walk into the back of his restaurant. I go, hey, we're gonna make you a video. It's gonna be $800. And if you don't like it, no, you don't get no customers. It's free. We'll give you back the money, but we really need to make you a video. I've been doing this for 2 days and no one said yes. You have to say yes. Like, I'm just like very like desperate vibes. I was just so desperate. And he's like, well, if I get a video for free, then why not? So I was just like, okay, this guy doesn't think it's going to work. But anyways, he paid a $400 deposit. We made the video and it was awesome. We made him a TikTok video, an Instagram reel video, and then a video for his commercial. So like back then it was $800. Now, like we charge way more for that. But anyways, like this is how we got started. So I was really desperate. So I asked someone that was pretty popular in the community, hey, how many free drinks of Dutch Bros do I need to give you so that you go in there and you make a video about this dude's tacos? She's like, give me 10 free drinks. I'm like, dope. Awesome. So back then they had stamp cards, but now with the app, I'm just like, here, I'll hook you up with 10 drinks. She was famous, guys. Like everyone would stop working, rush to the window because she was just that big. Anyways, she goes there, she does a little TikTok, and let's fast forward a week, right? So I come by, I was like, I want to see how my man's doing, right? It's 7 at night. This guy closes at 10, right? And like I said, 20 customers daily, right? So he had a lot of tortillas in the back. He was stocked up. So I go there. Dude is beat red, sweating. His apron is just covered in like just a whole bunch of nasty stuff. He goes, boys, we're out of tortillas. And I'm just like, Caleb and I are like, no way, dude. Like I was shocked that this guy got so busy. So he let that ride for a week. He got really, really big. He kind of popped off on TikTok. And then he's like, you have to do our social media. And I'm just like, I don't know how to do that. I had Snapchat and I deleted Facebook. I had a Twitter, and I really didn't touch Instagram other than just like a post from month to month.
Sure.
But I said, yes, we'll do it.
Absolutely.
$200.
We'll figure out how to. That's the throw the hat over the fence thing, and then figure out how to do it. Absolutely.
And then you don't have a hat.
Yes.
That's
No,
how that saying goes.
and then
I
you
think.
remember you can't climb.
I was like, oh gosh. Well, Caleb was like,
I gotta learn how to climb this fence.
yeah, Caleb was like, dude, we don't know how to do social media. I'm like, I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn. I don't care. I'm going to learn. So his account was our test bunny. Like he was our account. And the reason why we have grown so much is because that's how we grew. A lot of our first clients were like, yo, we've never done this. We want to do it. So how about you be our test bunny? We'll like give you a sick rate. And if it works, it works. And worst case scenario, after 3 months, you could say
got a good rate.
right? Screw you,
Yeah,
rapid,
sure.
right? And just go away. So that's where the mindset's like, you know what? If we want to learn something, we're just gonna get a client. We're gonna basically convince them to let us try this new thing, and just go from there. So from there, we were. I was still knocking doors a month in, and someone was like, "Go to BNI. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Go to BNI." So I was like, "What's BNI? And what is that?" So I show up to this BNI, and there's 2 members there. 2 members. I'm like, really? Like, this is what all the hype is about? They're getting all this business. Like, the guy told me his chapter passed 5 million in business. I'm like, 2 people? I didn't know that there was other chapters, guys. So I just thought this was one.
It was a chapter with 2 people in it. Literally.
No. So I thought that.
Okay.
It was an optional meeting. So
I
the
see.
the 2 people were like, oh my gosh, this is not what it looks like. It doesn't look like this. So I came back to the next chapter.
Gotcha.
There's 30 members there. Great, a lot of
Right.
attorneys. Like, so they were passing around
yeah.
a lot of business.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Like, I love learning. I'm in a state where I need to learn. So I actually didn't get my first BNI referral or anything 4 months in, because I was just a random person that started a business that started going to BNI, right?
Sure.
Very sketch. And I was 21 at the time. So
Well, a lot of people,
Yeah.
in order to interact with BNI members, you want to make sure they're going to be around. You know,
Yes, sure.
I mean, you want to. They have to build credibility. You can't just start throwing people leads and they find out, well, this dude's a total flake. You just don't know.
gotta
And so
build that
people
trust.
will join and they're like, oh, I've been here 6 months and I haven't gotten any leads. Well, I mean, you're late to every meeting. You don't show up to some of them. You know what I mean? So
You talk 15 minutes past the clock ding.
Clock, yeah.
yeah, both Ted and I in our BNI meetings, we run the clock. We're kind of like gods.
yeah.
I mean, we've got like
You got the buzzer.
big buzzer thing. Yeah,
We have the
so-
exact same
yeah.
buzzer.
I had him buy that one for me because I was too lazy.
Well, I
to
saw
look
it at
up
his
online.
meeting. I saw you
Yeah.
pull it up. I'm like, yes. we
Yes.
got it.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. That thing is great.
We're moving
I
up
don't
in
know
the
what
world.
it's called, but
Doesn't matter.
And it has a big long beep.
Doesn't
Where
matter.
there's
It works.
there's no not
Well,
you can't
first of
talk
all, did
through
you
it like
see
you didn't hear the beep.
Mary was irritated because
Yeah,
the beep
I
was
did
too
see that.
loud and it was too long and it was like this. So I toned it down a little bit. So anyway,
Yeah.
plus
No,
it was
but
right by her head.
It was right by. It was like right
okay.
here.
It was
by
right
her-
here
Yeah,
on
by
her
her.
Sit
head.
somewhere else, Mary.
Yeah.
That was my fault.
But,
I adjusted it. But go ahead.
But
So-
I love that timer. But anyways, so it's January, guys. It's January. Caleb and I. So let's fast forward 4 months. January. It's my birthday. We're out getting drinks. So it's me, Caleb, my wife, and then we have Brooke, who helps out with the actors and everything like that. We have Kristen, who is now your
Yeah.
marketing director.
Yeah.
But Kristen,
we'll be getting Kristen on a podcast.
yeah,
here.
she's
adorable.
awesome.
She's adorable.
She's
yeah.
a ball of energy. I love her. So we all came from Dutch Bros, and her boyfriend Justin was there too. He doesn't work directly with us or anything, but like I still want to credit him that he was there. So we're in Utah. All of us are just like, we want to move. Like, where can we move? Where do we go? Right. So we get out. Brooke pulls out her phone, and it's a spinner app, and she goes, "Guys, we're gonna put down 4 cities on the spinner app. Whatever city this little spinner thing lands on, we're gonna move there." And we're like, "Yes." We're a little drunk, a little tipsy too. So we're like, "Yeah, we'll move there. Why not?"
Tokyo, Japan.
So
That's all I have. That's all I have. Sorry.
So it was Albuquerque, it was Phoenix, it was LA, and Denver, Colorado. Right? Albuquerque, we just pulled out of our butts. We're like,
Sure.
whatever. Why it wouldn't land on Albuquerque?
Wow.
So
We can move out of Albuquerque.
yeah. So we take our shots and we spin it, and it goes Albuquerque, and we all look at it and we're like, "Oh no!"
Spin
We're
it
like,
again.
We're like, spin it again. So
why was it even on there?
yeah, exactly.
What can we do? 3 options.
yeah.
So we spun it again, and it landed in Phoenix, right? So landed in Phoenix, awesome. So now we got a group of 6 people, including myself, who are just gonna pick up everything. So Kristen and Justin from Oregon, they moved all their stuff from Oregon to Phoenix, and the 4 of us, the one in my household, we all moved from Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah, to here in Phoenix and Glendale. By the way, guys, like we knew nothing about Arizona, so I didn't know what Glendale was like. I didn't know that
Okay.
I didn't know that was so big. Because in Utah, you kind of have the Salt Lake City region, and you have some towns here, and like you have some cities that are kind of really close together, but they're pretty close. Like it's a 10-minute drive here,
and small comparatively.
I mean, in Salt Lake City, it's all piled in with mountains around there, and you got
you're in that
300
valley.
ski resorts around. It's got like
It's crazy.
18 ski resorts within, not very far.
It's
So,
crazy.
yeah,
A lot of
Mormons.
tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mormons just love skiing. You know, well, they go on the mountain to be closer to God.
There
you
you
know?
That's
go.
what it is. I think that's what it is. It
works.
for sure.
It works.
But yeah, so basically all of us are here in Glendale. It's awesome. And then I'm like, all right, I gotta start doing BNI because that's how I got all my clients. So I visit a lot of chapters, some on Zoom, some at West. So I went to one called West Connections. Great group. I actually literally said, I'm gonna join this one. Who was there? Sarah Strong was there. And she goes, Brandon, you need to come visit our chapter. It's called Abundance Builders. And I'm like, Abundance Builders? That sounds magical. Like it just, and when Sarah talks, everything she says just sounds magical.
She's got an Australian accent, so it's just adorable.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'm just like, yeah, I'll go to Abundance Builders. Yeah.
I have this theory that the names of all the BNI chapters are actually just off-brand power extension cable companies, because there's BNI Titans and there's BNI Connectors and there's BNI Biltmore Connections and Desert Referral Connectors. I don't know, but
Desert Ridge
that's
Referral
my
Partners.
Power.
All the
I
power.
think one of them's Power.
Okay.
There needs
Anyway.
I like that. We'll dive deeper into that
Yes.
theory.
People at BNI appreciate that joke a
So
lot.
Sarah invited you to our group.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's how you saw us. And I just remember when he came, I'm like, who's this little firecracker? We got to get him signed up. man.
Yeah. So no, you're right. And at the time when we joined, we had one client. We're doing an e-commerce company. We did videos for him. We're doing a social media. It was awesome. But as soon as we joined the chapter, we had no clients, like literally zero. Like we had 0 clients. I didn't have a lot of money in my pocket. So I was just like, all right, like I know it's going to work. Great group. So I told West Connections, yo guys, Sarah actually stole me from you guys. So when a visitor comes, you guys got to watch out because like that's a problem, right?
She's a cute blonde and she's,
Yeah, so I joined and it just blew up from there. Sat with actually one of the other guys from West Connectors. They're a family law firm, and they're like, "Yo, we like what you guys do." So what I do is what Rapid Media Code does is we do 60 videos in 2 hours, right? And for a lot of people that don't know, like if you've tried to shoot one video and you're like not really comfortable being on camera, it takes a while. Like sometimes, like especially for a business owner, it takes a long time, and then you got to post it.
Thank you for reaching
Place
out
name
to
here.
Carl's Carpets.
Yeah.
I am Carl, and these are my carpets.
Carl needs to talk to Rapid.
And how do you
man.
tell the person paying you that they suck? I mean,
Yeah, no, basically you just do it with kindness. You're like, hey, like, what's your goal with your marketing, your business? Because I see that you're trying or you're not trying. And the thing that he had a new idea, right? So really when a new business owner has a new idea, that's where we come in because we market that new idea. So his new idea is divorce in a day, right? So he can get anyone that's an agreeable couple divorced in a day, right? They commit a parenting plan. They divide all the assets. Like it's just crazy good deal. It's cheap. It's $5,000 for divorce. So they're actually mediators. They don't really act as attorneys. It's a husband and wife team. Great marketing, like just thing, right? So we're like, all right, we're going to do 60 videos for you guys. And that means we're going to post for you guys 4 times a week. 4 times a week. That means you have 3 months worth of content right there, right? And they're like, we don't have to do anything. I'm like, you have to do nothing for your social media. We'll cover it all. Like we just need 2 hours of your time and your social media is taken care of, like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And they're like, well, we don't have a TikTok account. I'm like, I don't care. I'll make it, dude. Like literally it's fine. Like you just, nowadays you just have to be out there because if you're not out there, you're, it's kind of like the lottery. Like if you don't play, you don't win, right? If you're not out there, then you're missing a lot of, eyeballs, right? So, he was our test bunny. We've never done this, right? He was our test rabbit, and that's just kind of like ingrained in our blood. Like for Rapid Media Co. is just like if we find a new opportunity for a business owner to succeed, and we know that like we're the people that are going to do it and can do it, like we're going to gun for it, right? So we gave him a cool discounted rate because we were like, dude, all these 60 videos could suck, right? But Caleb's really talented. He made sure the videos look awesome. We did a lot of market research. We looked at the top 60 divorce questions. They answered it. It was great. She made a video about strippers, popped off, got 30,000 views on TikTok. So, yeah, when a lawyer's talking about strippers, like people are gonna be like, what does this lawyer have to say about strippers?
Dude.
Yeah, literally. The first 3 lines is, if you're a stripper, boom, got him right there, right? So,
Well, I'm not a stripper, but
maybe I would like to learn more.
I don't know why I have this accent, but
that's what the guys on TikTok sound like, dude. You should see the comments; they're nasty over there. But so we're like, oh, okay. Like we started It's called Kindling the Fire. So here's a marketing tip for anyone that wants to get advice from a marketing agency: is if you're on TikTok, Instagram, anywhere where there's a virality chance. The algorithm rewards you for getting people to stay on there longer, right? So when we talk about kindling a fire, what do you do when you kindle a fire? You keep poking at it. You make sure it keeps burning, right? So what we do is, like, if anyone says an offhand comment, right? So someone, we made a video about child support, right? And someone commented, oh, typical women, they're just lazy and don't want to work and just pick up a paycheck from the husband. All I said is, like, dude, don't call women lazy. It's not cool, right? So he came back and he's like, you wouldn't know, you're not paying child support, right? And then another lady on a different video commented something about child support, right? She's like, yo, I get child support from my baby daddy and it doesn't cover anything. It covers like groceries. That's it, right? So the fact that you think your child support is covering 2 households is a joke, right? So I got her to comment on that video. So this video had 300 views, right? And this is why I say this is called Kindling Fire. So I got her to fight with this guy, basically.
You got to social engineer your virality on a lot of these media outlets.
and like, not to be cynical, but like, I'm not like these guys. It's just the internet guys. Like,
people are gonna fight.
They're gonna fight.
Are
Sometimes you got to channel
brave
that
when they don't have to see people face to face.
Face to face.
Yeah, you know how
there's no such thing as confrontation when it's just typing.
you know how you're like the strongest, most correct person when you're in your car and someone.
Oh yeah,
cuts
that's
in
the whole
front of you.
road rage.
Yeah, the
It's
road
the
rage
whole
thing.
rage,
Yeah, like
road
that.
rage mentality, and it's and you always act like you've never accidentally cut someone off.
Yeah. So
Well, I never have.
Yeah,
You never cut someone off?
I've never done it. No,
he's full of shit.
I was like, I try not to.
I'm perfect. But he and I are both perfect. In
But yeah, pro marketing tip: if you see any sort of comment on your
Start fighting
on your
with them.
post, you don't need to start fighting with them, but just ask them questions. And if they
Ask them if they're a stripper.
yeah,
No.
are you a stripper? Yeah, no. You like, so for the law firms, now we're working with Andy, the mortgage lender. Anywhere where there's just more questions, we just ask them another question, and then they comment back, right?
And
Like,
so you tend that. You watch that. See, because that's the thing is, I'm not on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I don't really understand
You're not on
Instagram. And kind of to back up a little bit, Kristen, who's our marketing director, her father's a dentist.
Yeah.
And it's funny because she and I had a discussion, and she's like, yeah, my dad's not interested in any of this stuff. He just wants to, and that's most dentists.
Yeah.
They want to sit there and freaking work on teeth and read the newspaper and do whatever. They're not curious about any of that stuff. But then at the end of the year, they're just like, why didn't I make more money? You know?
I would like if you did not generalize all dentists, because I bet there's tons of dentists who don't read the newspaper. But
they scroll.
having said that on TikTok, having said that,
But well, again, your mother and I, we don't understand the whole TikTok, Instagram, the way
the whole
it
world.
all interacts, and we don't want another hobby. So someone
Mom is
like
starting
yourself,
to get into it, to be honest, because she watches the baby videos.
She wants a baby monkey, and if the baby monkey had pimples, that would be ideal.
I didn't know
she could pop
baby monkeys could get pimples.
Well, I don't know.
And with that, we're going to move on to our favorite segment called Celebrity Smiles. We are going to change something up a little bit. In the past, we have had an Instagram page that we will point people to at DentWorkPod. But now, due to the video podcast existing and it being way more work, and I don't want to have to do the Instagram, we are going to discontinue the Instagram photo. Just watch the video is what I'm saying. Anyway, you're watching this video. If you're not, check us out at T-Door Productions on YouTube. This is the segment, Brandon, if you didn't know about this, where I say the name of a celebrity and you guys use your cellular telephone devices to search videos of this person's dentition
For sure.
and give me a rating out of 10. There is a guest, so I will be counting you down, and what number I start at is my choice.
For sure.
So we will figure out
29,
how long you have to wait.
28.
I did 3 for a long time, and then I did 5, and he was like, "Whoa, the extra."
Oh,
2
right.
seconds
It's always
threw me
the
off."
question: is it 1, 2, 3, go, or 1, 2, go on 3, or is it
It's
3,
always
2,
1, 2, 3, go.
Oh,
So I got to find a smile.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
The first person is a person that I know Terry does not know, but Brandon may know who this person is. And I saw a music video. And I looked at this person's teeth and I was like, oh, wow, we're doing that for Celebrity Smiles.
All right.
This person's name is Ice Spice. Ice Spice. Do you know who
big.
Ice Spice is?
Yeah,
It's hard to say.
Ice Spice.
Her real name is Isis, I think.
Oh,
I think that's why she changed it. Did you look up teeth?
she got a nice
Ice
set.
Spice.
I wonder what
Teethus.
Terry. I wonder what Terry's going to say
Wait,
about
it
this.
says.
I wonder what she's going to.
I hope I'm looking at the right picture because she has a nice set.
Wait,
You think so?
a nice set. Oh,
Oh, teeth.
Of teeth. Of teeth.
Of teeth.
Of teeth.
we're back to strippers.
What do we got?
Okay,
All
so
right.
is that her?
She's a rapper. Yes.
She's a rap singer.
Yeah.
No.
So her
Oh my
actually
God.
actually
I
one of
hate
her
you so much.
one of her songs trending on TikTok. Like she's been big for the last 3 weeks on TikTok.
This is the reason why I have chosen her. Also, I saw her teeth and I was like, "What?"
Is that what you're munch?
Yeah, it's
Is that
much,
her?
much, much. Yeah,
God, she's got nice teeth.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that she has all crowns.
So here's the thing. There was a
that
thing, Ice.
It looks
Spice,
exactly like she
teeth.
has-
Her, right?
before.
Okay.
Yeah, she looks like, because I saw in the video,
Before
it
and
looks like
after?
her teeth are real big.
I
and
mean, she-
real crowny.
Her name is
Potentially.
Isis.
It is Isis.
It
I
is
did. I
Isis.
looked it up. Yeah.
It is her high school picture right here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, what do you think about her teeth? What are
Well,
you seeing? What are you seeing?
You know what?
So what we do is we do a scale of 1 to 10.
Yes.
So
One being
see,
the lowest,
Here's the
10
thing. I
being
don't
the
know how to
highest.
use my phone, and so
No
the picture I
in
get is all
between.
squished down.
You gotta click it. You gotta click it, and then now you pinch.
Oh,
and zoom.
gotcha.
Okay. Not that part. The actual.
Well,
you're
but-
so dumb.
No, see that is smushed.
I would say
he opened it and then he went down to the photos below and zoomed in.
Okay, don't phone.
That's funny to
Don't
me. I don't-
phone shame.
Phone shaming.
me.
We have 2 more people to do. So let's,
I know,
let's get this
but
rolling.
I can't
What
get
do
a
we
good.
got?
She's got. Well,
That's fine. It might be hard. She's fairly
Here's the
new.
problem: is are we doing on this one?
Is
that the one
I
we
was
like?
hoping for the new stuff, but she might be too new of a celebrity for there to be many photos of her teeth.
if you got a lot of good people on you, they'll take down all the bad photos of your teeth.
Yeah.
So that was something we were talking about. There's businesses where all they do is try to bury bad that
Yeah.
you don't.
SEO. I have a guy in my group that does that.
You were telling me
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's great, by the way.
Yeah, he
good.
does a good
He's
job.
good.
What do we got for Ice Spice's teeth?
Jesus.
I'm
shit.
gonna give her an 8. Like I don't see anything wrong with
Okay,
her
that's
teeth.
fair.
No,
Yeah.
that's I would agree.
An
That's
8? All right, we're giving him
Very
an 8.
nice. We don't have a lot
Ice
of
Spice.
Okay.
Google that name. And for the next person, we're going to be getting this person's name is Pen Badgley.
Pen bag.
Pen Badgley.
Oh.
Badgley.
Oh, this is a guy from You.
He's the
on
guy
Netflix.
from You, yes. Miranda's been watching the 3rd season of You.
How do you? Okay,
Have you seen that show? Have you watched that?
dude, I'm hooked. My wife
that
keeps falling
show is
asleep.
messed up.
Yeah, I'm in the last 3 episodes. So
Okay,
don't spoil it.
Miranda is
So-
that season was crazy, man.
The gap's not bothering me. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Honestly, I didn't even notice the gap.
Because he looks like who? Who has a gap that we know about?
Dr. Terry before he got his teeth fixed.
Who has a gap that we know about? Say it.
I don't know.
Say
Who-
it.
Who are you trying to hint at?
Say
Who
it.
could you possibly be trying to hint at? What do you got? Are you picking up? You're still on
still
Ice
haven't
Spice.
got the
Pen
Bagley. It's not.
Just do pen bad and then.
Is it because
press
he's got
send.
buck teeth? Is that why? Like, is that
No, I just
technically buck teeth?
I just choose people that are in.
We're
my
not. We're
current,
just trying. We just find
just any celebrity.
people who. Okay.
Honestly,
yeah.
we're at a point right now where we're running out of celebrities. So if you have suggestions we haven't done already,
So
please send them
that's the thing is, he's got pretty nice teeth, but
You
yeah,
don't
that's
see his
known as a
teeth.
diastema.
They look very
Diastema,
much
okay.
like Dr.
But,
Terry's teeth, but he you don't see his
that's
teeth
what mine
much.
used to look
You
like.
just see his sexy beard.
So this is a pretty good picture of his teeth. So he kind of gets extra points because he's kind of au naturel. He's not, hasn't fallen for closing the gap, and they're nice. And,
Yeah.
And so,
I'm giving this guy a 7.
What do you got,
God,
Dr. Terry?
you're spot on.
He's nailing
dude.
it.
I mean,
Brandon's
he's
nailing it, dude.
Yeah,
Perfect
usually
guess.
we do, 3, 2, 1, and then 7.
You
but
know what? Sometimes-
you run
Okay,
the
okay.
show.
Maybe we don't need as much tension.
We're gonna
as
do
much
a
stress.
we're gonna do a new segment.
Sandy
We're gonna
Cheeks.
do a new segment called Bossy Guest.
All right.
And Mr. Cerpa.
The last person before we get out of get out of here for this episode is one person who recently won an Oscar.
Oh,
and
okay.
before I say who it is, I'm going to respectfully ask Dr. Terry not to do any problematic impressions of anybody. This person's name is Ke Huy Quan, the short round from Indiana
How do you spell
Jones.
that?
Oh, I'm so sorry. No, you got it. Go for it.
Because his first name to me is the letter K.
K-E-H-U-Y.
Oh, okay. Everything ever at once. All right.
And then
How did
and
I
then
not get that?
Q-U-A-N. He was also in The Goonies. He was the tech genius with the grappling hook belt.
Dr. Jones.
See, that's what I didn't want to happen.
I know. I waited as long as I could.
You held it in as hard as you could.
Bro, this guy smokes cigarettes or
He
something.
does?
Yeah. Well,
Oh, I think so. You're the expert. You
So
tell me.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert on whether someone smokes or not.
he won the Oscar for
He
best
doesn't-
supporting actor.
He's got like something green between
everything
Okay.
everywhere
He is
all
of
at
spinach.
once.
Okay, so
Have you seen that movie? I haven't
I
seen
haven't.
the
I
movie
need
yet.
to see
I
it.
tried
I
to
do
watch
too.
it. I tried to watch it and I could not
That's
get
a good
through it.
sign.
So he does have dark teeth, and he probably drinks a lot of tea
Okay.
or smokes. I
Maybe.
don't know.
Okay.
Sure.
But
Diet Coke, probably?
No, tea.
Not Diet Coke?
This episode's not sponsored by Diet Coke or.
Every episode is
Okay,
sponsored by
so
Okay.
yeah, he doesn't have great
that.
teeth.
The writer.
But
Hey, man, it's not about
we're
his
watching
teeth.
another show with an all South Korean cast called.
Extraordinary Attorney Woo.
No, it's the ones where
the Squid
it's
Games?
about. No, it's the one about a girl gets bullied when she's young, and
There's lots of K dramas on Netflix
It's
lately. I
great.
love
Everybody's
them.
driving a Hyundai.
Yeah,
They're
or
great.
a
They're
Kia,
great.
or a Kia.
Everything. Everybody's driving a Hyundai.
Good branding.
You guys gotta watch Extraordinary Attorney Woo. I really enjoyed that show.
Okay,
Anyway,
I like it
okay,
too,
this
yeah.
is the best one for his.
what are we
teeth.
giving him?
I'll let you.
We're gonna teach you how to juggle on this episode.
I'll let you do the countdown this time. I'll let
Okay,
you-
here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
A
4.
A 5. Yeah.
You were generous.
Speaking of juggling, I recently learned, we're going way over on this episode. I recently learned about a sport called combat juggling, where teams of people juggle and you have to knock so you always have to have one of the things in the air, and the way you get someone out is you knock the other one out so they can't catch it.
Okay.
And so it's these people juggling aggressively at each other. It's really funny. You should check
That
that
needs to
out.
go on ESPN.
Yeah, check that out. But if it's not on ESPN, maybe it's on YouTube.
That's-
And with that, sometimes you take a hard right turn to the end of the episode. Thank you for listening to the Dental Works podcast. If you'd like to support the show, please give us a rating on iTunes or your podcast player of choice. If you'd like to get in contact with the show or you have questions, please send an email to dentalworkspodcast@gmail.com. We may talk about your question on the show.
if your
That is
question
not a
is
problem.
horribly offensive and super mean, then we will. No,
This is why I have to do the
name
may part.
The name of the show is The Glory, and it's really well
I've
done.
I've heard of it.
It's really well done.
If you're located in the Phoenix area and you need dental work, please give us a call at 480-391-0099. We will see you guys on the next episode. Brandon, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We'll have you on the next one as well, so be looking out for
Absolutely.
that.
Peace out.
This podcast was produced by T-Door Productions. Theme song written and recorded by Neil Hathaway. Vocals by Terry Work. Sound effects provided by freesfx.com and zapsplat.com.